president's term in office are stored. Among the many papers are the diaries and records of Henry Morgenthau, Roosevelt's Secretary of the Treasury. Morgenthau's diaries reveal an astonishing story of how both national and commercial banks created a system which helped finance the Nazis.
You are watching the Econ TV, and you just watched a very, very informative clip about private bankers in US and England supporting and financing the Third Reich.
Right, and we missed the direct link with Switzerland.
Yes.
Which the money did funnel through Switzerland.
Yeah.
And I believe the Rothschilds, I don't know if they're based out of Switzerland?
Yes. Yeah, you got that right. That one of the most peaceful countries in the world. And you
peaceful?
Yeah. No. I've been
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Switzerland, and what you didn't know, Switzerland actually financed
both sides.
Both sides, and a very, very bloody war.
So Switzerland's standard of living is based upon the interest of debt of the killing of all the citizens of the world.
Bloodsheds.
Go Switzerland.
Yeah. And it makes you wonder that, well, many people might say, hey, it was about the past. Right now, we are in a different world. No, we are going to get to that point, because this is a pattern, and it's happening over and over and over until and unless we the people, break that pattern by waking up and questioning everything, questioning your government, questioning those who have authority, questioning that what kind of authority they have. The question is what kind of authority a government has. And most people don't know that the power and authority has been delegated to the representatives and the governments and so-called presidents. And it can be taken away by people, for the people. So until then, I guess it's happening over and over. And we will explain about the recent wars in the world. Jennifer, any idea, any suggestion?
About the recent wars, you mean?
Well, I can see you're excited to talk about that. But we'll get to that point. But anything about Hitler and, Nazis and Rothschilds and...
Well, I was just sitting here thinking that it's maybe a little bit off the subject, but I don't know if a lot of people know this or not, but the French arm of the Rothschild family was actually killed in World War II.
Oh, okay.
And the German, well, not the German, but the English-based Rothschilds and Rothschilds other places didn't do anything to help their cousins. So a lot of the Rothschilds' cousins were actually killed in World War II.
Interesting.
Yeah, one thing I noticed in your summary here, Q, which was the book from Hallett.
Yes.
And he's got some weird stuff in here. But one of the things he's got in here...
I don't agree with everything that he says.
Hallett writes that Hitler's grandfather was Nathan Rothschild.
Yes.
And that's documented.
You didn't know that?
No.
Okay, that's a different program. I want you to come to that program because it's solely and wholly about the connection between Zionism and Nazis. And actually, when Hitler's grandmother was working for Rothschild's family, she became pregnant. And she was asked to leave that job, but they gave her a big amount of money, alimony, like a secret alimony. And it was huge. It was a huge amount of money. The documents have been found. Nobody in the mainstream media never talked about it, but we'll bring the books and documentations and everything. And as a matter of fact, I found a very, very wonderful Cincinnatians who have actually researched about these things that we are talking about.
Jim Condit?
Yeah.
Junior.
I don't know, he's a junior or not.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, but I hope I can invite him. If not, you know.
If you can get Jim on the show, I'd like to see Jim. It's been a while.
And let's go to the next clip about our dear friend. Well, you can. I want to surprise you, but it's about the treaty between Zionists and Hitler. It's
There was
1930.
no treaty.
Yeah, the transfer agreement.
No
You know what?
way.
He brought the book. Yeah, actually, he bought the book and he brought it here on his show one day. It was a fantastic.
Yeah, I think it's written by a Zionist.
Yeah, he's a Zionist, but there are certain truths about Zionism and Nazism in that book. It's very interesting. Let's take a look at the clip together. Sam, I don't know if the clip is ready or not. Do you want me to talk a little bit more and then we go there? Okay.
Live on Channel 5, this is the 10 o'clock news with Deborah Norville.
Coming out revealing secret negotiation between the Nazis and the Zionists in 1933, which allowed German Jews and their assets to go to Palestine. Rich Samuels joins us tonight with the story of the controversy behind the book and the author's struggle to write it. Rich?
Deborah, with the rise of Adolf Hitler to power in the spring of 1933, the Jews of the world were faced with a dilemma. They could raise a cry of protest, a cry few would heed, or they could make a deal with Hitler, a deal that would bring a step closer their dream of an independent Jewish state. The choice they made was difficult and agonizing. This new book describes that choice. The book is called The Transfer Agreement. This is Israel a few days ago, the season of Passover. And this is Germany 51 years ago, the blossoming of Adolf Hitler's springtime. A key factor in the vitality of today's Israel, the book's author argues, was an agreement reached in 1933 between a group of Zionists and the man who would later try to kill every living Jew.
The great irony is that Adolf Hitler became the chief economic sponsor of the State of Israel.
It will be an argument against, and a wrong argument against Zionists.
Some who lived through those times fear the response to this book.
Rick, I lived on
The parents of the author feared its very writing.
When your son came to you and said he was going to write this book, what were your feelings about his undertaking?
I told him he's not my son anymore.
Why did you say that?
I told him I'm going to sit city.
As though he were dead?
That's right.
I told him I don't like it. Because as being a Jew, I didn't want something to uncover on my own people.
I was buried in a grave with 27 people. I was 7 times captured.
Edwin Black's parents are Holocaust survivors.
For what?
My parents never talked much about the Holocaust.
Edwin Black, to fill the void left by the silence of his parents, has written this book, a dense, detailed chronicle of the early months of 1933. January 30th, 1933. Hitler becomes Germany's interim chancellor. The Third Reich has begun. But in this country, on March 4th, attention is diverted by the inauguration of Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
More power to you, President Roosevelt. The entire country's behind you, thrilled with hope and patriotism.
But ominous headlines tell what's already happening to the Jews of Germany. The protest of American Jews was heard almost immediately. It was based on only the sparsest of press reports, and nowhere was that protest more vocal than here in New York City.
All creeds, local and national organizations, and labor parties are joining this gigantic demonstration passing through famous Washington Arch. Rabbi Stephen S. Wise, honorary president of the American Jewish Congress, leads the procession down Fifth Avenue on foot.
Father arranged for the first great mass meeting at Madison Square Garden to protest Hitlerism. He felt that when freedom was threatened, silence condoned oppression always.
Thousands who waited hours behind police lines rush forward as the doors of Madison Square Garden are open. Jews and Gentiles join in the race for seats, and 22,000